Welcome back. As we said in our intro, we're going to be shedding some light over one of the most charming events during summertime, which is Al Alamein City Festival that has taken place throughout all summer and have hosted all people from all walks of life and from all continents. And we're very delighted to be having with us Dr. Yehya Abdul, the tourism consultant and expert. Good morning, Dr. Abdul.
Good morning, Ms.
How are you doing, sir? So we have the largest entertainment event in the Middle East. Of course, this particular huge event have hosted other minor events also during summertime, like for example the drama festival that took place earlier. But we're talking about Al Alamein Festival at large, one of the most beautiful places on earth, which is Al Alamein, and its importance also lies in the fact that it has been transformed from a totally neglected area, dangerous, full of mines, to a haven, a summer haven. So if you like to talk to us first about the history of Al Alamein so that people could understand what am I talking about.
Well, really, you're quite right, because Al Alamein, is a large, extended tract of land that has been a theater for World War II, and that, reflects all the hostilities, and the millions of landmines, that have been planted over a century. And then, the government intention was to develop, that location to the northwest of Burj Al Arab, over 50,000 acres of land, and has a beach front of 20 kilometers, and it's designed to accommodate 6 million residents. So really the development, infrastructure, the facilities, network of roads and airports, rejuvenated the region and now become a very attractive summer resort. And the plans, of course, are to extend it to become year-round, residence and cosmopolitan, overlooking, the Mediterranean.
Right. That sounds very good, but talking about the history of Al Alamein itself before, so that people could understand the achievement of the government and the Egyptian administration with its leading ideas to develop Al Alamein from where it was to what you are kindly explaining now. Let's talk about the history of Al Alamein. How was it before in the past?
Well, nearly everything in west of Alexandria, Marsa Matruh was a great tract of land, beachfront overlooking the Mediterranean. And the Alamein was a very dangerous zone, as you already, outlined, because it was the theater for World War II. There was millions of troops from, Allied and, the Axis armies. So the leftover, of the war was very dangerous. So it was nearly impossible to develop, but it was the determination of the Egyptian government to make it, a year-round resort, benefiting, from its location, its facilities, its attractions. Now, there's a facelift of the region, and you can see the luxury resorts, the yacht locations, docks, the entertainment that we've been witnessing, the educational facilities, the development of the hinterland, the agriculture, the industry, the technology, and the real estate, which is on international scale. So the whole region, has been, moved, transferred from zero to, a million within a span of about 7-8 years.
Right. You talked about it's a hub also for real estate development properties, which is also empowering and enhancing investment, foreign investment in Egypt. Most of the companies are not totally 100% Egyptian, but there are other multinational companies investing in Al Alamein. Talk to us about that important part.
Well, really, that was, one element, in the development of the region, because it needs, really, billions of dollars to develop from zero. You need the infrastructure, the the subsystems, like for the roads, for electricity, for the power, for the circulation. You need to build hospitals, buildings, government, schools, like all kinds of facilities. So that was heavy investment, and that's why international corporations from the Gulf, from China, from Europe, from the U.S., they all came to invest in the region because they know it has, a very optimistic, current status and a future one as well. So that's why all the entrepreneurs from the whole world, they came to develop and invest, and many of the real estate projects, and developments are really very successful and sustainable, and this is, represents the state of the art in design and execution opportunities.
Right. Practically speaking, Al-Alamein is going to be, like you kindly mentioned, one of the very important and strategic spots in Egypt to attract tourists, attract investment, and attract even students who come to study in the universities that were inaugurated there and so on. So talk to us about the importance of Al-Alamein to the national income of Egypt.
Well, really, the investments, that has been pipelined, in the infrastructure and the superstructure as well, is very hefty, and that's why we need, the support of international visitors and corporations worldwide, and the total development, to make it a residential area year-round for 6 million visitors. That required, permanent year-round projects like education institution, research center, technology, industry, agriculture, and the hinterland. So it's a total development, not only a summer resort for 4 or 5 months a year. That's why, every season we see more development and more settlement of new educational research center, technology centers, and research using solar power, wind power, as well, and benefiting, from its accessibility and overlooking the Mediterranean. There are other, 25 seaports, international ones. We have Italy, Greece, Cyprus, Spain, France, and then the North Africa as well. So really it's becoming an international hub within a very short span of time, like 7 years. So every year there's going to be more additions and projects will be opening and more population will be settling in and, following up their routine and daily life.
Right. At this note, Dr. Yehya Abdul, tourism consultant to the Ministry of Tourism, would like to thank you so much, and you have a good day. And by this, we come to the end of this edition of The Breakfast Show. Many thanks to all of you. Until we see you again tomorrow morning, that's a goodbye.